So now let's talk about our snacks. There are three main sources of snacks. Two of those are usually found out here on the table, not just across from the sanitizer. And you will find two things out here typically. A cardboard donut box full with the donuts that Men's Fellowship group did not eat on Saturday morning. And oftentimes people will bring in homemade items, and they can be put here as well. And you want to watch out to make sure that you identify gluten-free items for those who need them. There's little pens and papers and over here, and you can label things as gluten-free. And of course, if they contain nuts, you want to make sure you make a note of that. And we have a sign out there that we use over and over again. So these are the two main sources, but they are not the major sources. The homemade goods and leftover donuts. You will sometimes find some items left out here, and usually there's some signage telling us whether or not we can use them. Here is a bowl full of candies. But let's go to the main source of our snacks, which is this pantry here. You can see we have a lot of Girl Scout cookies. They are very popular. Down here we have cheese balls, which are mandatory. And then over here we have the little cups into which the cheese balls go, so that people can have a serving of cheese balls without having to dig into the cheese ball container by itself. We also typically have, not always, but typically have a box full of snack-sized chip items, as you can see there. And lastly, we have over here, oftentimes a big jug of animal crackers, and there may be items in the freezer. If you do go into the freezer or the refrigerator, please look for signage that may be reserving an item for someone else. And as you can see at the moment, we have just a few items in here. We have some plain donuts and we have some blueberries. But do look for signage that says it's reserved for some other function. So that's it for the three different main sources of snacks: the pantry, the big one, and over here on this table, the donuts, and also the homemade stuff that people bring in. So let's move on to our last section, which is going to be about water and lemonade.